students, today we are going to start the type of connective tissue. In the last video, we have seen the classification where we have seen the connective tissue is divided into three types. They are known as the connective tissue proper, dense connective tissue and specialized connective tissue. Now in this video, we are going to start the first type of connective tissue. This is known as connective tissue proper. So in this connective tissue proper, we have seen that connective tissue proper is divided into two types of tissues. They are areolar and adipose. In this video, we are going to see the areolar connective tissue. So first of all, what is areolar connective tissue? It is a type of connective tissue where you will see the three types of components together, that are the cells, then the fibers, and the last one, that is the matrix. Okay, so first of all, here I will show you the picture how the connective tissue proper areolar is present in our body, and second one, here I will show that what are the components, right? So just see what are the components found in the connective tissue proper areolar type. Okay, so first component is the cell, right? So the cells will be the most important component. Here we are going to see four types of cells. What are they? We will see fibroblast, right? Now what is fibroblast cell? Remember, in the cells, if you get a suffix that will be blast, then always remember blast means it is a mother cell. That means now this type of cell will produce something. Okay, like suppose erythroblast, it will be a producing cell. And site, if suppose in the suffix of the cell we have the simple site like leukocyte, erythrocyte, then it will be a normal cell performing the function. And sometimes you can get another suffix also, that in the cell you can get also clast, C-L-A-S-T. So what is the meaning of clast? That suffix means that it is a destroying cell, that it is going to kill or destroy some another type of cell or by itself also. So in this type of cell, it is a blast. That means it is a type of connective tissue cell that fibroblast produce the fibers, right? So this is the fibroblast cell where you can get irregular cytoplasmic protoplasmic projections that will come out, and it will also produce the fibers. Actually, it will produce the proteins. That proteins will be of two types, that are collagen and elastin. We'll come to that. See, first of all, this fibroblast, they will be fiber producing cell. Okay, next one, second characteristics about the fibroblast you need to know, that it is also a type of cell which is going to have the cyto or protoplasmic projections. That means like the amoeba, it is also going to have some finger-like projections. So this is fibroblast. How the fibroblast look like? See, this fibroblast will look like this, which is going to have irregular surface area. Okay, so this is actually some protoplasmic projection from where the fibers are producing. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, so these are the fiber producing cell, that are fibroblast. Okay, second type of cell, remember, this is known as the mast cell. Okay, now what is mast cell? It is a type of cell which secrete three types of chemicals. What are they? It is releasing heparin, histamine and serotonin. Okay, now what is heparin? You need to know, this is very much important, that this heparin is an anticoagulant. Okay, so in our body, the blood vessels, inside the blood vessels, the blood do not coagulate. Why? The reason is we are going to have the heparin, which is secreted by the mast cell. Yes, this mast cell is also known as basophil, right? Now, if it is histamine, remember, it is known as the vasodilator right? And serotonin, it is known as vasoconstrictor. Now the meaning vasodilator and vasoconstrictor, right? See, if it comes to the irregular connective tissue, remember irregular connective tissue is present just beneath the skin. Now, sometime if you have suppose some allergic reactions on our skin, then in that region what happens? That part swells. Isn't that? Why that part swells actually? Because mast cell, it actually release that histamine so that the blood vessel can get dilated, and to that region more and more WBC can come and can kill that pathogen. Right? So it is actually during the allergic reaction the blood vessels get dilated. So if suppose just beneath the skin the blood vessel get dilated, then above that the skin will also a little bit swell, isn't that? So that is actually during allergic reaction happens, that histamine is released. If it comes to serotonin, then see, if the allergic reaction is over, then what will happen to that swelling? That 1 second it will be get normalized, right? So who will bring that swelled region into a normal region? That will be the serotonin, which acts as a vasoconstrictor, which will bring down the dilated blood vessel to the normal diameter. So these two chemicals that will actually work during allergic reaction, one is the vasodilator, that is known as histamine, and serotonin is a vasoconstrictor. So how does mast cell will look like? It will be, just see, this is a normal cell which will have some type of chemicals. Suppose this will be the mast cell, right? So the next type of cell, see, the third type of cell is the macrophage. Very much important, macrophage. Now what is macrophage? This macrophage will be actually one phagocytic cell. Now what is phagocytic cell? Phagocytic cell means, suppose you have one infection. Suppose a foreign particle enters inside your body. It reaches, suppose, the blood vessel or somewhere in the tissues. Then what will happen? This macrophage, suppose this is the foreign particle enters inside your skin. Then this macrophage, which will also have the finger-like projection, who will engulf the foreign particle, and it will kill that foreign particle directly. Or this macrophage, which is engulfing the foreign particle, it can induce the immune system that there is a pathogen, and immune system will respond as it is going to produce the different other type of immune responses by producing different type of cells like B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. We'll come to that. So if it comes to the macrophages, remember it is a phagocytic cell which kill, or it will exocytose, it will kill the foreign particle if it enters inside your body. Okay, so this phagocytic cell will have some irregular surface area and it is a comparatively larger cell. Okay, so this is known as the macrophage. Remember, macrophage, these are the phagocytic cell which will engulf the foreign particle and kill it. Okay, so this is the macrophage. Last type of cell, this is known as the plasma cell. Okay, so what is the plasma cell in our body? Now during this situation we know about the plasma therapy, isn't that? What is plasma therapy means? See, in our body we have some type of cell which produce antibodies, right? For a specific type of disease we have different type of antibodies and they are secreted by the plasma cell. So this plasma cell have this capacity to produce the antibody which will fight against the specific type of pathogen, maybe a virus, maybe a bacteria, maybe another type of organisms, foreign particle, microorganisms. So this plasma cell, it will produce antibodies. Okay, so these are producing the antibodies. So this is the plasma cell. Okay, I will draw this plasma cell like this. It is the plasma cell. Okay, so these are the four type of cell you will get in a irregular, connective tissue. These 4 types of cells are very much important. Remember, fibroblast, mast cell, macrophage and plasma cell. So these are the 4 types of cells. Remember, fibroblast, mast cell, macrophage and plasma cell. Right? So these are the cell component. Second component we will see, this is the fiber component. Okay, so now if it comes to the fibers, then we are going to have 2 types of fibers. They're secreted by the fibroblast cell. So this fibroblast will produce 2 types of fibers. They're known as the white fiber and yellow fiber. Remember, depending upon just the color, it is white and yellow. Now, this white fiber, it is actually produced by a protein. Remember, this protein is known as collagen protein. And if it is the yellow fiber, then it will be a elastin protein. Right? Now, if it is the white fiber, then remember the function. See, first of all, the first characteristic, that white fiber is produced by the collagen protein and this yellow fiber is produced by the elastin protein. Second characteristic is what is about the characteristics, how it is found. Okay. Now just see, if it comes to the white fiber, it is always found in bundles, right? And if it comes to the yellow fiber, then it will be found individually, singly. Okay, next one, what is the main function? Okay, now if it comes to the function, then white fiber will provide us protection. Okay, and if it comes to the yellow fiber, then it will provide elasticity. Okay, so already we know if it is found in bundles. Okay, it is found in bundles. It is like this. Okay, now this is unbranched type of tissue fiber, that is white fiber, which is providing you the basically protection, right? And it will be it will form the framework. But if it comes to the yellow fiber, it will be look like this. It is individually present and towards the edges it will just get bifurcate and it will look like a yellowish Y-shaped structure which is yellow in color. So it is the next type of tissue. This is called as yellow fiber. So this yellow fiber is found individually formed by a protein called elastin protein and it is giving us elasticity, which is looking like a Y-shaped structure. Okay, so remember this white and yellow that are produced by the fibroblast cell. Now let's just draw these fibers of how actually it will be found, right? So if it comes to the white fiber, I told that it is found in bundles, which is not going to have any type of branches, right? So this is the white fiber, right? So this is the white fiber I'm drawing like this. It is the white fiber which is found in bundles, right? And if it comes to the yellow fiber, it is the small thread-like and Y-shaped structure which is found individually. So it will be look like this. Okay, so this is the yellow fiber. Remember, white fiber is the black fiber, unbranched type of fibers I have given in bundles. That is the white fiber, and yellow fibers are the red lines. They are having Y-shaped structure. So this is the yellow fiber. Okay, remember this diagram is going to be very much important. This diagram is given in your NCERT book also, and directly this diagram comes in the medical NEET examination where you have to find out which one is what type of fiber or cell. So remember that this is going to be very much important. Now come to the third component. What is the third component? After cell and fiber, we will see the matrix, right? So what is matrix? Matrix is nothing but the extra cellular fluid. Okay, it is the extracellular fluid where the cells and fibers are suspended. Okay, so that is the matrix. So this is the matrix, right, where the cells and the fibers are suspended. So this is the matrix. It gives the necessary nutrients. Okay, it makes the environment also a little bit moist so that the cell can survive, right? So this is the matrix. So in the components of the areolar type of connective tissue, what we will see that it is made up of three components. They are the cells, fibers and the matrix. Now we will see the location of the areolar connective tissue. So if it comes to the location, remember that if it is in case of the areolar connective tissue, it is found beneath the skin. Remember, you need to know that it is found beneath the skin, because see, in the skin, if you have allergic reaction, that part swells, isn't that? So why it can swell? Because areolar connective tissue which have this cell, mast cell, which will release this histamine, because of that the blood vessel get dilated, our skin swells. Okay. Next one, it is also found in between the blood vessels, or it is also found in between the blood vessels and lymphatic vessels, or also it is found in between, suppose the muscles. Okay, so what happened, around the muscles, it is also found in the location where it need to fill up the empty spaces. Suppose in between the heart and the lung. So in between heart and the lung we have some space. Is it emptied? No. Why? We have this areolar connective tissue. It basically fill up the empty spaces. Yes, we need to know the function of the areolar connective tissue also. What is the function of areolar connective tissue? It fills up. Remember, it fills up the gap. Okay. It also provides us protection. It also provides us protection and support. Okay. So this is the areolar connective tissue. It is found in between the blood vessels. Suppose there are two blood vessels present. Will that attach to each other? No. In between the blood vessel we have a space, and in that space we will have this areolar connective tissue. If it comes to suppose blood vessel and lymphatic vessel, then also we will have the areolar connective tissue around the blood vessels or the nerve or the muscle or the lymphatic vessels. So it basically fill up the spaces in between the heart and the lung. We are going to have the areolar connective tissue, right? Next one, if it comes to the suppose function, it will provide us protection. How it will provide us protection? By it is white fiber. See, in our body, the most abundant type of protein we have is the collagen protein, which will form the white fibers. Okay, so this white fibers which is present in bundles, if it is found in bundles, always it will provide us protection. Okay, it will be very much stiff also in basically in our thighs. Okay, we have this white fiber which is providing us the protection. And if it comes to another fiber, then it will be yellow fiber which is providing us elasticity. So this is about the areolar type of connective tissue. In the next part, we will see the next type of connective tissue proper, that is adipose tissue. The next type of connective tissue proper is the adipose type of connective tissue. Yes, one thing about the areolar connective tissue, that it also helps in repairing of the tissues that actually get destroyed or destructed due to any reason. It helps in reparation. Now the next one, see the second type of connective tissue proper is adipose tissue. So what is adipose tissue? Remember, this adipose is nothing but it is the fat storing tissue. Okay. So just see what happens, that this adipose tissue basically have one type of cell, and that cell is known as the adipocyte, right? So this is the adipocyte cell. So this adipocyte cells will be like this. See, these are the adipocyte cells. Suppose this adipocytes will have maximum space, and that space will be covered by the fat droplets or the oil droplets. So these are the oil droplets. Okay, so large oil droplets or the fat droplets will be present. Okay, so this is known as the adipose tissue. right? So this adipose tissue basically will be the fat storing cell. Okay, so it is the fat storing cell, right? Now what is the function? See, if it comes to the function, then basically it helps as a shock absorber. Okay, so it helps as a shock absorber, it acts as an insulator. Okay, and also it will provide protection. Okay, so just see, if it comes to the adipose tissue, then basically it is made up of a cell, and that cell is known as the adipocyte, inside which we are going to have this fat granules. Okay, so this way we are going to have the fat granules inside the cytoplasm of the adipocyte cell. Now what is the function? If it comes to the function, it acts as a shock absorber, which is very much important because this adipose tissue, this is basically present, suppose some organs like around the eyeball, around the kidney, this adipose tissue will be present, so that it can prevent the eye or it can prevent the kidney from any type of mechanical injuries. Okay, it also acts as an insulator. See what happens if it comes to the temperature of the atmosphere, it can vary, but in case of homeotherms we can able to maintain a constant body temperature. So how this constant body temperature can be maintained? It can be basically due to the adipose tissue, because it acts as an insulator. It do not allow to change the temperature of the body according to the atmospheric temperature, right? The next one, it will also provide protection. See, around the eyeball we have this fat layer, around the kidney we have the fat layer, around the heart, around the lungs we have very thin layer, but then also we are going to have this adipose tissue. So this will act as a protective layer also. So if it comes to the function, then these three functions our adipose tissue will perform. And if it comes to the location, then remember it is present in between two organs, okay, or it is present also around the eyeball, right? Around the eyeball, kidney and the other organs also. Okay, if it comes to the other organisms other than human, so these locations I have given actually only for human, but if it comes to other type of organisms, like suppose if it is the hump of camel also have this adipose tissue. Then blubber of whale, the whale, this is a mammal which lives in the oceans where the temperature is very much low. So how is it possible that a mammal which is actually aquatic and can maintain the constant body temperature and can become a homeotherm? This is because of the adipose tissue. So other than human, it is also found in the blubber of whale, then hump of camel. Okay, so in all those organs we are going to have this adipose tissues. In the other organisms, like in case of whale, in case of camel, in case of polar bear, or if you see in case of some organisms like in the amphibians, I told you that frogs, they undergo hibernation and estivation. So during hibernation and estivation, they actually develop a layer just beneath the skin of adipose tissue, which provide energy and insulation from the extreme cold, right? So during hibernation and estivation also, in case of the frog, it gives protection, insulation and also shock absorber in case of the frog, right? So what is that? That is the adipose tissue. We have completed the irregular and adipose that comes under the connective tissue proper. Now the second type of connective tissue we will see here. This is the second type of connective tissue, that is known as the dense connective tissue, right? And this dense connective tissue is of two types. What are they? One is irregular and second one is the regular. Right? So regular and irregular. What are these two type of connective tissue? This is actually due to the fibers. Basically, it is going to be dense type of connective tissue. So let me draw the diagram so that you can understand properly what is irregular. So in case of the irregular connective tissue also, you are going to see the cells, the fiber and the matrix. So matrix will be there. Okay, the fibroblast will be present. Suppose these are the fibroblast, right? And this fibroblast will secrete this fiber, and that fiber will be irregularly present. It will be irregularly present like this. So this is known as a dense irregular type of tissue which is present beneath the skin. It is basically found beneath the skin. Right? So this is known as the irregular type of dense connective tissue. If it comes to the regular type of connective tissue, I told you that this regular connective tissue will be of two types. What are they? One is the tendon, which is found in between bone and muscle, and the second one is the ligament. Where it is found? It is found in between the two bones. Okay, now if it comes to this connective tissue that is dense regular, then tendon and ligament, they will be different from each other. I will tell you the differences between these two. Tendon and ligament. See, if it comes to the tendon, then basically it is going to have a type of fiber, and that fiber is the white fiber which is found in bundles, right? So it is found in the bundles like this. Parallelly it is present. Okay, and in between this parallel white fiber, collagen fiber, what it is going to present? The fibroblast cell. Okay, so fibroblast cell that will be present like this. Okay, so it will be the fibroblast cell which will be present like this. Understand? So this is known as the tendon, and tendon, it will be present in between the bones and the muscles, which will have this white fiber parallelly one after another, and in between the parallel bundles of the white collagen fiber, the fibroblast cells are present. Basically, it will provide protection. Okay, why it will provide protection? Because of this white fiber. Okay, right? Remember that. Now, if it comes to the ligament, then yes, ligament will also have the fibroblast cell. Okay, fibroblast cell will be present. But here what happened? Basically, it is present in between the two bundles. It will be present in between the two bones. If it is present in between the two bones, then suppose these are the two bones and we have a very thick cover. Okay, thick connection suppose. Then is it possible that we can bend or we can move the bones? No. So in between the bones, the connections should be elastic so that the bones can be movable. Okay. We can able to move the bones. How is it possible? Because in between the bones, we are going to have this ligament. And ligament is elastic in nature. So that type of fiber present here is the elastin protein producing yellow fiber. Okay, so we are going to have the yellow fiber. Basically, it's not like that collagen fiber is not present. It is also present, but along with that, it is basically will have this. It will be basically the yellow fiber. Because of that, it will provide elasticity. Okay, it will provide elasticity. Okay, so that is the dense type of connective tissue. In the next video, we will see, it will be the next video where we will see the specialized connective tissue. But before that, let me tell you one important thing about the adipose type of connective tissue. I told that this adipose connective tissue that can be further divided into two types. One is known as the white adipose and another is known as the brown adipose. Now, what is white? What is brown? If it comes to the white adipose, then in the white adipose, the mitochondria, mitochondria, one microorganelle. So that mitochondria are less, right? So mitochondria, they are less. It will provide energy, but it will not provide much energy. But if it comes to the brown type of connective tissue, brown adipose, then it is going to have more mitochondria. So mitochondria number is very much higher, right? So more mitochondria will produce more energy, right? Next one, also it is going to have the iron producing cytochrome. One iron producing cytochrome have brown in color. So because of this iron producing cytochrome, okay, it gives the color brown in case of the brown adipose. Okay, so this brown adipose basically will be present in case of the babies. Okay, so baby fat is nothing but the brown adipose, which will be actually one adipocyte type of one adipocyte cell, where the number of mitochondria will be more, which will provide more energy. And next thing, that it is also going to have one cytochrome, iron producing cytochrome, because of what it is actually gives a characteristic brown color. But it is not like that. It can be a supplementary to food. It can never supplement, it cannot be an alternate of food. Okay, so babies have to get food, but yes, along with that, it is also going to have this brown adipose. See, one also important thing we need to know about this adipocyte cell. Adipocyte cell will produce a hormone. Okay, remember, it is also producing a hormone, and that hormone is leptin. Okay, and this leptin hormone will regulate how much protein and fat should be present. Okay, so in human body, this adipose will produce this leptin. Leptin will control the fat and the lipid balance of our body. Okay, so more adipose, more leptin, more fat. Okay, remember that. So that is about the two type of connective tissue. One we have completed. One is the loose connective tissue, and the second type, that is dense connective tissue, which is of two type. If it is irregular and adipose, these are the type of the connective tissue proper, and if it is coming to the dense connective tissue, then also it will be irregular and regular. Next, if it comes to the adipose tissue in the irregular in the connective tissue proper, then this adipose will be also of two type, white and brown. White will have less mitochondria and brown will have more mitochondria. Along with that, it is also going to have the cytochrome, one iron producing cytochrome, because of what it colors, basically color will be a little brown. If it comes to the dense connective tissue regular, then it is also of two type, tendon and ligament. In between bone and muscle, we are going to have tendon, where white fibers are basically present, and if it comes to the ligament, then in between two bones, we are going to have the ligament, where basically elastin protein, the yellow fibers will be present. So these are the two type of connective tissue we have seen, proper and dense. In the next video, we will see the specialized connective tissue. That's all about it. First part. Thank you. Next video, we'll see specialized connective tissue.